Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Monica Brown from the UNF IT security team, and we're doing our monthly security briefing. And this month's topic is online shopping safety. I am also joined by my counterparts, Jeff Whitaker, Jeff Gouge, and Gunnar Lake. So I usually start things with a little bit of humor to create a little bit of levity and break the ice because obviously this is going to be an IT thing, and I'm probably going to scare you. Don't be scared. It's empowerment. So, according to the wonderful model who was a perfect 10 named Bo Derek, she said, whoever said money can't buy happiness simply didn't know where to go shopping. And I agree. So now that we no longer have the need for malls and strip malls, and we can do all this online shopping stuff, it's very great and it's an awesome invention. And I appreciate everyone that had a part in creating it. It's become a very popular medium for purchasing goods and services. There are many positive aspects to online shopping, but there's also some negative aspects. Obviously, hard to get a return. You can't go and yell at anyone in customer service, things like that. But the biggest problem of all is the threat of cybercrime. However, like I said, I was going to scare you, but now I'm going to empower you. There are threats, obviously, for identity theft, credit card theft, things of this nature, basically just losing your money. These threats can be minimized if you take the proper precautions. This presentation is designed to inform online shoppers of the pros and cons of online shopping, and that word that I love, empowering the online shopper with knowledge that can help shoppers have a fun, safe, and rewarding experience while shopping online. So obviously the pros of online shopping, never closed. Go to Amazon 24 hours a day. You can shop in your pajamas, which I appreciate because I don't like leaving the house. Save on gas, especially with regular being $2.35 a gallon. Yeah, that's a plus. No parking hassles. You rarely have to deal with aggressive salespeople. No annoying crowds. I'm sure most of you all remember folks getting trampled on Black Friday. You can avoid that. Online shoppers don't have to wait in long lines to check out, and many online retailers allow shoppers to post reviews about the products that they purchased. And there are more choices for buying refurbished products, such as websites like Let Go and eBay, things of that nature. You can get some really good stuff. It's just slightly used. The online sales representatives often receive more intensive training about the product than the folks in local stores because they are the face of the company. Whereas if you go somewhere like Walmart, you might get shuffled around like 5 or 6 times. And online sales representatives have more flexibility in making decisions such as applying coupons, meeting competitors' prices, and expediting shipping at no extra cost. Now for the cons. Communicating dissatisfaction can be difficult because you really don't know who you're calling. You may call to another country, and they may not even know what you have purchased. They're just answering the phone to shuffle you off somewhere else. Problem solving face-to-face with local store employees is often faster and more satisfying because you have someone that's there and they understand your pain and they're going to make things right. Contacting the next level of management is much easier at local stores than in online for obvious reasons. Online shoppers do not have the ability to physically inspect or try on the items being considered for purchase, and this is true. I purchased a pair of shoes from an undisclosed company, and I ordered them in a size 7. The problem was they sent me a size 7 in children's. Didn't work out. Online shoppers sometimes lose the power to negotiate the price and payment terms that may exist in local stores. And with my experience, some orders may be ordered online or back ordered, which means you have to wait until you get them. And unfortunately, with this being Christmas, a lot of people are going to get their gifts after Christmas because their order was on back order, even though they said it would be available. That's what that little star with the fine print that says it might not be in stock. Online shoppers do not know if a site is a legitimate retail store and if it is safe to shop. Restocking and shipping costs are often charged on returns, as well as online shoppers not being able to have a person or the same person to talk to when dealing with a problem. That's that issue of when you call, you may reach a foreign country or you may reach someone that has no idea what you've purchased or understand your problem. Sometimes it's easier to get money refunded locally when the item is purchased, drops in price within the guaranteed price period. I've done that. I've bought things and then waited a week later and saw it in an ad and went back and got the difference as a result of the sale. And online shoppers do not get to take advantage of seasonal statewide tax-free shopping events. If you have ever bought school supplies, you know how important tax-free shopping is. Now, the crux of this whole presentation is about IT cybersecurity and being safe online. And a very important point was that online shoppers do not always know if a site is a legitimate retail store and if it is safe to shop. And herein lies the threat of cybercrime while shopping online. So, what can we do to stay safe while shopping online? According to the organization Stop, Think, Connect, they give very good tips on following, very good safety tips for online shopping. First and foremost, most important one, that your first tip you're going to take is to conduct research. When using a new website, read the reviews to see if other customers have had a positive or negative experience with the website. You can usually find these reviews directly on the website itself, like eBay or Amazon, or you can do Google reviews, which are very good. And try to use some discretion when reading these other reviews. Some of them are really truthful. Some of them are just people that have been scorned, or it could be the opposite, where they're actually trying to boost the website up and the products up, but they're not really that great. So use some discretion with that. Your personal information is like money, protected at all times. When making a purchase online, please understand the kinds of information being collected to complete a transaction. A lot of times there's going to be a little checkbox that says you agree to receive emails for marketing and all of this kind of stuff. Typically that will come in as spam. It can shut down your inbox. But also understand that your personal information can be linked together as puzzle pieces to possibly steal your identity if the website had been compromised. So be careful about putting in too much personally identifiable information. With that being said, only fill out the required fields at checkout. When shopping, please, please, please check to see that the site is security enabled. The website should start with HTTPS, and it should have this little green lock on it. That usually means that it's been guaranteed. You've probably seen something that says like VeriSign or some type of thing like that. That's a security certificate letting you know that your communications will be encrypted. Use safe payment methods. Do not do the Western Union send cash. That never works out unless it's someone you know specifically. Credit cards are generally the safest option because they allow for buyers to seek a credit from the issuer if the product isn't delivered or isn't what is ordered. The most important thing that I can say about this is invest in a prepaid card, like a prepaid Visa card or a gift card, because even though the company could give you your money, Visa or American Express or whomever may give you your money back, that doesn't necessarily mean that your money is safe, because your credit card information, your CC code on the back, the expiration date, your address, all of that information is transcribing. And all it takes is for someone to intercept those communications, and they can make charges on your card without you even being present or them even having the card. So try to look into using a prepaid card, something that if you put the money online on the card and the card gets compromised, you've only lost that money and not everything in your bank account or your credit line. There are some additional safety measures that Stop, Think, Connect has recommended, and these also tie into our previous forums in which we've talked about being safe online and just having cyber awareness. So, for instance, some stores and other locations look for your devices via Bluetooth or Wi-Fi to track your movements while you're within range. If you have no need to run these services, disable them, because they can't. They're open communication lines, and if you're connected and you're checking your bank account, someone can actually steal your information from the unsecured connection, which ties into my next point. Limit the type of business you conduct over open public Wi-Fi connections, such as logging into key accounts like email and banking. That information can be intercepted. Use caution when clicking on links in emails. We've talked about this dozens of times. Be careful with clicking the links. It can end up badly. These are often ways that cyber criminals try to steal your information or infect your devices with malware. Keep all devices free from malware and infections by running only the most current versions of software and apps. Do not download apps from Bob's App Shop. Just because he had a degree in programming doesn't mean he knows what he's doing and that it's legitimate. Go to the Apple Store, go to Google Play or whomever you receive and purchase apps from, make sure that they're safe, they've been tested, they've been verified, and they work. Always use antivirus and anti-malware software on all of your devices, including your phones. If it connects to the internet, it's a threat. Use the antivirus, use the anti-malware, keep your stuff safe. Use strong passwords that have upper and lowercase letters, numbers, special characters, and are at least 12 to 14 characters long. This prevents an attack called a brute force attack or just simply password guessing. Try to keep it random. Do not use something like your middle name or your dog's name or your wife's birthday or anything like that, because through an attack called social engineering, in which people ask very specific questions, they can garner that information and guess your password and steal your stuff. We also have a tip about using different passwords for different accounts. My counterpart, I want to say it was Jeffrey Gouch, did a presentation about the password manager software. Those software, that type of software is very well at keeping track of your passwords. That way you don't have to write them down or memorize them, because then it can be easily compromised. If it's stored in a password manager, then it's safe and sound. Also use two-factor or multi-factor authentication to keep account access restricted. If I remember correctly, Jeffrey Whitaker gave a discourse about this. More than just passwords. You want to use the multi-factor authentication, and it's pretty much something that you know, something that you have, and something that you are. The something that you know is obviously a password or a PIN. The something that you have, for sake of explanation, would be a smart card. The banking industry have these new type debit and credit cards, have a little gold chip on them, and basically that chip contains information. It makes it more difficult for thieves to take that information that would be stored under that magnetic strip. If you've ever served in the United States military, you know this as a CAT card, and we all know what those can do. And lastly, to something that you are, that's usually fingerprint and facial recognition. More and more mobile devices are moving to that type of authentication where it takes your fingerprint or it recognizes your picture to unlock the device, which is definitely more unique and secure than just a password or PIN. So in conclusion, that went really fast. I hope you enjoyed it. So in conclusion, online shopping has become a part of daily life. It has been proven to be effective and efficient, very good way to procure goods and services. There are pros and cons to online shopping, and cybercrime is one of those cons. But as I said earlier, there are steps that you can take to shop online safely. Listed on this screen are some additional resources. One of my favorite websites that I like to visit is called The Balance. It's a personal finance website. This is not an endorsement. I just like it because they speak in plain English and don't use terms like fiduciary, whatever that means. The website is www.thebalance.com. The particular article in which I referenced is linked in the slides, and you can click and make sure to look around that website. They have really good information. Most prepaid Visa cards can be purchased from your bank or credit union, but Visa sells them directly also. And that website is https://usa.visa.com. Pay with Visa cards, card finder, prepaid finder page. And finally, the link for the organization Stop Think Connect is https://www.stopthinkconnect.org. If you have any questions directly for the IT security team, you can email us at itsecurity@unf.edu, or you can visit our webpage at www.unf.edu/ITS/IT security. So I hope this presentation was helpful for you all, and good luck on that December 26th shopping. Questions, comments, concerns? None? Yes? Yes.
Better fire protection.
Yes.
Is it stolen?
Yes, that is true. I think one time, well, I guess it depends on the issuer, because my limit was 25. So it just depends on which bank or credit union is issuing it. But yes, that is true. Because if they get your bank account info, your paycheck will disappear. Any other questions or comments?
My bank has been more attuned to fraud. I'm getting phone calls like, did you make this? Like that. That's a debit card. So yeah, I'm guessing both ways with credit as well.
Yes, if you have the typically if you have the credit monitor, not credit monitoring, the purchase monitoring on your account, they will call and ask. I know Walmart calls me all of the time. Hey, Monica, did you make this purchase? And then I have to verify. When the banking industry first started doing, I was very leery of it. I would hang up and then call them because I didn't know if it was a scammer or if it was someone trying to fish my information from me. But typically, if they call and they can specify the parameters around the purchase, such as when it was purchased, where it was purchased, how much it was for, then typically it's legitimate. And I think it's a really good thing that the banks are actually doing that with debit cards, because it is very, very disheartening to check your bank account and it's not there, or worse, there's a $600 charge to your bank account and you didn't make it. So I'm glad that they're doing that, and thank you for bringing that up. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. Sound like we got some new credit cards. I need another one. I think I'm gonna go with Amex. I like that kind of concierge treatment.
That depends on the issue. Amex, my bank, I think you can turn it on, but that's not by default and all.
Okay, cool. So make sure you get those concierge services so that folks will call you and say, "Hey, did you make this purchase?" So, because believe it or not, this December 26th, all of these exchanges and returns that's coming in, and all of the after Christmas shopping, there's going to be a lot of activity going on, and it's very easy to lose track and get caught up in excitement, click on the wrong links and the wrong information, and next thing you know, you're in a financial jam because someone's gotten your information. So just be careful. That is directly tied to online shopping, and that should have been a point that I added, that your packages may get swiped. Your packages may get swiped because they're sitting on the porch. One of the remedies for that is to, when you place the order for shipping, specify that it must be signed for delivery. Otherwise, have them return it back to the local UPS store or the post office, and then you can present identification and get it picked up. I lived in an apartment complex, and folks would have things delivered. I would see them get swiped all the time. I'm like, your package got swiped. You might want to call someone, like the cops, maybe. I don't know. So that definitely does ties into online shopping. That's one of the cons, actually. Your packages may not make it there.
You can have it shipped to you.
Yes, you can. Man, y'all real savvy. I like this. Any other questions, comments, concerns? All right. Well, I have been Monica, and you all have been great, and thank you for attending.